Good evening, friends. Today we are going to analyze a palm and a chart of a female native. She is not Indian but of Indian origin in a particular country. She faced a 7 year ban on her job. That means she couldn't register for any jobs for 7 years due to some legal matters. Now, this happened at the age of 24. Now she is 34 years old. So, when the palm was shown to me, I asked her the first question that if she could tell me something about the age 24, something happened or not. Honestly, she had not told me anything about the age 24. I only asked her if there was some problem at the age of 24. See, sometimes you get it right because of the correct resolution of the picture, because here the picture was given perfect. So, I could use the techniques what I have learned and what I have practiced in astropalmistry and got the exact age. So I asked her if there was a problem at the age of 24. She said yes, all my problems started at the age of 24. Now, the problem, she said, I asked her if it was a family issue and any other issue. So she said it was a major family and major job related and career related issue. And the issue was that she was debarred from applying for any jobs for 7 years. Okay, now how do we get to know all these things from the palm? So let me show you. Here is the palm which I have done small analysis. I mean, this is how we do in astropalmistry. If you look at, let me just 1 second. Okay, let me show you that here what I did was I asked her what happened at 24. Now from here I drew a line, this one and this one, and I bisected it. Okay, when you bisect it you get the age of 24. When you get the age of 24, what you have to look at is that see the island and these three white lines. Okay, I asked her was because this is a tail, that means there's a problem, and island is Dvipa, it's dangerous. So with a tail, so any line originating from the island and trying to touch the Surya Nadika Rekha, these are Nadika Rekhas. You can see very thin lines that go into the Surya mount, crossing the Shani Rekha. Okay, so whenever something like this happens, one can be 100% sure that there is a problem. Now, to check whether the problem is really severe or not, what you do is these circles which I have drawn here, two of them, they actually contain a small island. It's not visible, but if you can observe this island, there's a small island. Even here you can see a small island. Now these islands again are formed by Nadika Rekha. Okay, they are not formed by normal lines which are visible. They are formed by Nadika Rekha. So this gave me a clear indication that there was indeed some problem with this person. Now 24, okay, I could predict very well. She said 7 years there was a problem. Okay, so I went to the 1 second. I went to this part. You can see this ray here. Okay, I went to this part, and from here to here there is a Dvipa. Now we have to do the counting because this is roughly 29. The ray that touches here is 29. So what we do is we go backward. Okay, we go backward. So this will be 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24. Okay, then we go to 30, 31, 31 and a half. So my calculation said that it was from 24 to 31 and a half, whereas she said it is at around 31st year. That is when it started, it was at 24th year, and then everything got sorted out by 31, although she's still not having a proper job, but the legal issue was over by 31st, end of 31st year. So roughly 31 and a half is what I can see on the palm. Okay, now this is the way we do the analysis. Okay, Now let us see, let us go back to the previous palm. Observe this, one sec. Observe this part. Observe this part. Now I'm going to go to the chart later, but just observe this part. This part has got direct link to the astrology here. This lady, this female, has got Jupiter Mahadasha right now. Okay, starting from 2010, the Jupiter Mahadasha is active. Okay, in Jupiter Mahadasha, what we generally do is, now I'll show you the chart. One second, it's better I show the chart. Okay, this is the chart. This is the chart. I know you can remember the palm very well now. So what I will do is, we will go to the chart. I think it's a better color. This is better. If you look at the chart, you will realize that it is Jupiter Mahadasha, and the problem started when the Shani Antardasha started. The Shani Antardasha started in July 2012. Okay, now let me quickly just shift the focus here. I am using Pushya Paksha Ayanamsha. Okay, I am using Pushya Paksha Ayanamsha. It's not Lahiri Chitra Paksha. I am using Pushya Paksha Ayanamsha because in astropalmistry, Pushya Paksha Ayanamsha gives exact, perfect timing, which we can cross check with the palm. And I asked her which month the problem started, and she said from July. And here, exactly the Shani Antardasha started in July 2012. So it matches. I have checked this in more than 70 to 80 palms and chart that Pushya Paksha works. Though astrologers will never agree with me, I don't care. It's their choice. But for me, this works. Okay. Coming to the point. Now, in astropalmistry, we look at the Antardasha very deeply. Yes, Mahadasha is important, but let me just come to the Mahadasha first and then go to the Antardasha. So, if you look at it, I told you that this part, this part, which I just mentioned, is very important. This part, it shows what? It shows that Jupiter is having close connection to Ketu and Moon. Okay, remember this. This shows that Jupiter is having close connection to the Ketu and also Moon. Okay, so let us see why it is like that. So let us see why it is like that. Have a look at this chart again. Have a look at this chart again. All of you are astrologers, so you will be able to understand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Therefore, Jupiter and Ketu are linked by trines. Okay? Jupiter and Ketu are linked by trines. I am talking about the Mahadasha right now, Mahadasha Lord. However, the moon seems to be not linked. So I checked the degrees of moon. The degrees of moon are 29, and you know that as per Nadi, whenever it falls between 27 and 30, you know that it oscillates between the two houses. So therefore, it shows that the Jupiter has got influence of moon, which technically could also oscillate closer to the 11th house or Tula Rashi. Okay, so it is very clear. The formation is very clear from the palm, and it shows that the Jupiter is badly afflicted, very badly afflicted by Ketu, very badly afflicted by Chandra. It means the entire Mahadasha of Jupiter is not going to yield much results. Coming to the point, let's look at the Shani. The Shani is placed in Lagna here. Remember, in astropalmistry, we take Pushya Paksha Ayanamsha and we take the Antardasha lot very seriously. Okay, very very seriously. I'll show you why we take it very seriously. Look at the Shani. The Shani's third aspect falls on this house where there is Mars. Shani is in, of course, you don't have to worry about, because in Nadi we consider trines very important. So Shani is in trines to Jupiter. Basically, it means it is in Yuti. We don't need to worry about that, but just for now, you can just say I will stick to the Parashari concepts. So this is third aspect, seventh aspect, and the 10th aspect. So the 10th house, which is the house of profession, the 7th house, which is the house of relationship, and the third house is also affected. She was having troubles. I will tell you, because it is third is 8th from 8th, so it is affected. Okay, uncertainty, uncertain events, चिंता उत्पन्न करने वाली स्थितियाँ, hidden problems. So these all things happen, and because Mars is also the lord of 12th and lord of 5th, therefore any affliction to the Mars might create problems in promotion. 5th house signification promotion, and 12th house is isolation. So the Shani is affecting the Mars, and the third house, which is the 8th from 8th, it is affecting relationship. She had a lot of problems in relationship, and obviously the 10th house, which is affected badly. So you can very well see that there was a major issue here, as far as the July 2012 issue was concerned. Now let's go back to the palm again, this part. This part again, I told you from this period to this period is what, around 7.5 years. Though she said 7 years, I think it is around 7.5 years. Okay, slight variation because of the resolution issues, but 7.5 years problems would be there. As far as the, if at all, 7 years ban was there, but there was some other issue, maybe financial or something, for a half a year, which actually is shown in the palm. You can see that whenever I am looking at the Antardasha AD, I am looking at four things here. Either I would check the heart line, which is Hriday Rekha, I would check the headline, I would check the lifeline, or I would check the fate line. Now the usual logic would be, oh, it is Shani, so you have to go and check what? You have to check what? Fate line. It doesn't work like that. Okay, it doesn't work in astropalmistry and the Vimshottari Dasha. When you synchronize astropalmistry with Vimshottari Dasha, there are a lot of other things to be seen, because there are activation lines here, and there are certain lines in the Vrishchika Rashi, and certain lines here which we have to correlate by using Nadika Rekha to see if there is any relationship in the Vimshottari Dasha sequence, and there is any linkage between these two, or here there are defects, or here there are defects. So it's a complicated thing, but here luckily for you it's pretty simple, because it was showing this part. Okay, it was showing this part, so it made sense in that case. Now let us go back to the chart again. Okay, the chart is here now. What I told her was that by 30, after 37, after 37, and that I will show you. By 37, have a look at this part. Have a look at this part. Okay, this arrow which is linking this part, which is the Vrishchika Rashi. I told her that after 37, where this ray touches the Vrishchika Rashi node, that after that part the progress would start. She would start progressing slowly in her life. Okay, in fact, she would even leave the current place where she is, and even there would be a stable relationship for few years. Okay, now that actually coincides with the chart where, unfortunately I have not written it down, but I'll write it down here. That coincides with 2026 June. Okay, so she is 34 years old now. If you add another 3 years, assume 2023 now, 3 years, so 34 plus 37. After 37th year, she will start progressing. Now, the next dasha is Shani dasha. Now you will say, oh my god, Shani dasha, it will be horrible. Yes, there Shani is not well, is not going to give her all the good things, but the Shani Antara, in case using Pushya Paksha and Amsha and palmistry, seems to be showing good results. Seems to be showing very good results. Okay, now I don't know how and why, but it is showing good results, which I can confirm. However, there are issues after that, but as far as the marriage is concerned on everything, yes, there will be some kind of solace, and from 36 onwards, sorry, 37 onwards, 37 plus, which is 38, 39, 40, these 3 years will be quite good. There will be problems thereafter. So this was just to show you how we do the analysis for using the chart Vimshottari dasha, synchronize the Vimshottari dasha with the palm lines, and also apply the Vimshottari, the chart along with the palm in predicting the problems. Astrology purely would not have been able to help me or help anyone to give the exact timing for the years. 7 years the problem continue persisted. As well, it can never show you when the problem started. So when the problem started and the problem ended, we can see using the astropalmistry concept. So this was just to demonstrate how effectively we can use astrology palmistry, which is nothing but astropalmistry, and synchronize it with the Vimshottari dasha sequence. However, I have to say that Lahiri Chitrapaksha doesn't work. One has to use the Pushya Paksha, that is the secret. Okay, so therefore you will see that there will be variations when it comes to using Lahiri. It doesn't work. Unfortunately, I can't give you the logic, but it doesn't work. I've checked more than 70 charts now and palms. So thank you very much for listening to this video. Hope you have gained some new insights into how we use the Vimshottari dasha and the palm, which is nothing but the larger Nadi astropalmistry techniques. Thank you very much.